Welcome back, everybody. It's good to know you are still with us. We are moving on to another conversation, and that's taking a look at the education sector and the latest development. Let me quickly give you a little bit of a background. The chief medical officers of the United Kingdom have said children should return to school after the summer holidays, warning that missing out of their education poses much more bigger risks to them than catching COVID-19. That's according to Reuters. The rare joint statement from the top health advisors to governments of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland actually represents a boost for British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who has said getting children back to school is a national priority. So we are looking at school resumption. What are the preparations ahead, and how necessary is it for us to get our children back to school? We have a guest in the house. Is Professor John Adeoti, a professor of economics and an educationist. It's good to have you here this beautiful morning.
Thank you.
Yes, we have actually been at home for close to 5 months now as of this because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And now some people are advocating that we should get the children back to school. But going by our experience, even for those who wrote terminal examinations, how safe is it for our children to go back to school right now?
Okay, thank you very much. First, I will start by saying that the COVID challenge is real. And the government has tried in the past, that's 6 months now, since 28th of February, when the first Indian case was featured in Nigeria. The kind of activities and policies that government has tried to ensure that we don't get into big trouble. I want to say this commonly. But when you look at how things have transpired, given the context here, I want to say that our children have overstayed at all. And as a professor of economics, I am passionate about saving lives. But beyond saving lives, we should think about the future of this country. And you think about, and when we bring that, we think also about how we save the economy. Because there's no society that can continue to progress if the economy is not working. Okay. Even if there is security and there is no welfare, you find that even the security we get into problem again.
How prepared are we for the school resumption? Because we discovered that there was a situation where some students actually came down with COVID-19 while writing the terminal ongoing examinations. We have seen the situations where we learned that some schools are not even prepared. They do not have hand sanitizers and the necessary things.
I'm just going to come to that look, preparing our students for resumption should have been a major thing that we should have focused on much before now. Okay. It should not be because UK is saying children get back to school that we should not be thinking about getting back to school. We are late about it. But that notwithstanding, between now and let's say the next 2 to 4 weeks, there's much that's needed to be done. To my mind, while it appears that many private schools are quite prepared, whether private primary schools, secondary schools, or private universities, our public sector educational institutions still need to get ready. Okay? Because you go to many primary schools, many secondary schools now that are public. You are not sure there is water. You are not sure there is enough classrooms. And the same thing with our university system and the polytechnics and all the rest of them. You find that we are not sure that there have been significant investments, both by government and the private sector institutions that can help these public sector institutions to get ready. And I think we need to do something quickly. because we cannot continue to keep our children in school.
Sorry to both in talking about tertiary institutions. We have a situation where students of tertiary institutions actually protested and they are saying that they want to go back to school. But as we're saying, there's no preparation for school resumption.
Okay, you see, there is no preparation, some may say. But I want to say that we need to come back to think about really how real is this problem in our context. And that was what I was trying to take you to the background. COVID is real, okay? But in the context of a country like Nigeria, you sit down to ask ourselves, you have the markets open, you have political rallies going on, people are not dropping dead. You have not shown evidence that all those activities has led to spike in quotes in the COVID incidents. And we are not stopping all those. Even churches, mosques, people are going there. We've not counted that because churches are opened, mosques are opened, there's been spike in quotes in the incidence of COVID in this part of the world. Therefore, for God's sake, why should we, under the fear that COVID will spike, keep the public schools locked?
So you think it's unfair on the part of the education sector?
Frankly speaking, I know it is very unfair. Because for children of elite like myself, who have money to put children in private schools, to send children abroad to study, they don't have this challenge. Even when there was protracted lockdown, children of people like myself, they have their schooling or education going on online because they have access to internet and all to the infrastructure they need to keep their education running. But think about the poor. Think about people who cannot even afford 2 good meals a day. Their children remains at home.
Well, we know it's a global pandemic. It's not just about Nigeria.
It is global. But let me ask you, assuming it is in the UK or in America or in Germany, that in the past 6 months, since COVID landed in their country, I say, if it's assuming Nigeria will reverse it, that so far we've counted only about 1,000 deaths. And then, in this part of the world, Africa, we've counted hundreds of thousands. Let me ask you, will that be lockdown in the UK? Will that be lockdown in Germany? Will that be lockdown in America? If the situation is reversed. You see, we got it wrong. When this COVID started, it was good we locked down. But after 4 weeks, 6 weeks, I would say after 8 weeks, and it is not spiking, we should have been wise enough to change strategy.
Not spiking with the number of deaths we recorded with a high profile of people that actually came down with COVID-19.
High profile people. These are not common Nigerians. These are not ordinary Nigerians. With due respect to many of them, if we had been more careful in the way we behave, in the way we manage things, I have to say that some of those high-profile deaths may not happen. Okay? And you know what I'm talking about. So that, you see, the real challenge we have here about opening schools, about getting the economy running, is sitting down and telling ourselves, what do we do with the future of this country in terms of the economy?
You're talking about the economy. You have a situation where our government is going to borrow to make sure that the economy is running.
Those borrows are justified. Because when we do not have income from a major source of revenue, which is oil, okay, there's no, you have to keep the economy running. And there's something called stimulus. To stimulate the economy, you need to inject money. And if you don't have, you borrow. It is good to borrow when you are investing the borrowed money in what will lead to some returns, either in the near fit or the medium or long term. Okay? So that's why borrowing is normal to stimulate the economy, to ensure that life continues, production continues, consumer consumer power is boosted, that everything doesn't go down. But the point I'm making is that, you see, with this lockdown policy, we should have done better. Okay? If we read well our own context, we will not have gone into a situation where the schools are locked down for
But that's important here. What are the implications for our education sector by the time school resumes? The students have actually lost a whole term because they've been at home for close to 5 months now. What are the implications for us?
Well, the implication is that for the private schools, the ballgame is different. Because in those places, proprietors, whether university proprietors or secondary school proprietors, will not pay except services delivered. So we are sure that those missing lessons, whether missing courses in the university, all those will be covered. But the real challenge we have is the public sector. That where you find that in public schools, teachers are not well motivated, infrastructure is poor, the learning environment is poor. Okay? The challenge is, how do you now ensure that the missing lessons, the missing courses are adequately covered before the time for the next session will start running again? And that is why, for private individuals who by God's grace is empowered to help, the public sector educational system should not be left to government alone. If you have a school in your community with dilapidated classrooms and you can help to fix it, if you can give a borehole, you can dig a well, the same thing in the university system. If you have enough more, if you can help build an auditorium, help renovate classrooms, even help bring in computers and learning, improving learning infrastructure in all these schools. I think everybody should help, but government should make it a priority. Because I believe that the government has enough resources to stop the wrong and the beginning of public education.
What are your final thoughts on this issue of school resumption?
Well, now that we are getting ready, that hopefully in September schools will start, I think we should all ensure we remain on this. As schools should resume in September. It's in everybody's interest. And let me also say this place before I leave. You see, fear kills. Fear is corrosive. COVID is real. We should all continue to abide by all those protocols as dictated by NCDC to ensure that we do not get ourselves into big trouble. But at the same time, we should play that fair. We should encourage life to return to normal. It's in that everybody can gain. We cannot continue to behave like America or behave like Europe. The incidence of COVID in Nigeria and in most sub-Saharan Africa is very different from what we have in Europe and in North America.
All right, thank you so much, Professor John Adeoti. He is a professor of economics and is an education and has been sharing his thoughts with us on the latest of school resumption and what is happening in the education sector. Okay, this will actually wrap it up for today on this edition of AM Cafe. I am Anu Akomolafe. I will say bye for now, be productive and stay safe.